half kneeling hip articulations. This drill is very much similar to the quadruped version of the hip articulation drill. The main focus here is that we are trying to isolate or try to really emphasize motion of the ball and socket joint of the hip that we're working on, while simultaneously creating as much tension and stiffness throughout the rest of the body as we can so that it facilitates the motion happening at that hip joint. This should help us to bridge the gap or narrow the gap between our passive mobility and our active mobility, or the mobility that we can actually control with muscular effort. This is also a great way to work on stability of the opposing hip, and because we're in a half kneeling position, this is also going to translate really well to things like split squats and lunges and that kind of stuff. Now the setup for these is pretty simple. We want to start in a tall kneeling position, which means both knees are down. And then from there, as far as the upper body goes and closing the chain, we can either use a dowel like you see me using here, either through one hand or both. And we can also use the wall if we face the wall, lean forward into it a little bit, and have our hands on the wall. That's going to close the chain from the top to the bottom to the grounding leg and give us more stability through the system. And that will allow us to get better flexibility or better mobility out of the joint we're trying to move. From there, you just want to make sure that you're really braced and anchored. You don't have to sync the breath with the movement, and you don't have to hold your breath, but you do want to make sure that you're really braced aggressively.